Through 2 weeks, the Rams are 1-1, and the offense has been one of the best offenses in the entire league, mainly because of our passing. But on the ground, we have really struggled with two different playbooks in weeks 1 and 2. We are currently averaging 340 passing yards per game, but less than 60 yards per game on the ground. Blackshear has only averaged 2.4 per carry through 2 weeks. That has got to get better if this offense wants to be consistent throughout the entire season. We got both McCollum and David Jackson back for that Week 2 game against the Cowboys, and they both had massive performances, over 6 receptions each and over 130 yards through the air. David Jackson had 2 touchdowns, and it was a big offensive game for us, dropping 38 points on Dallas. And in Week 3, we lose 24-17 against the Saints. We allowed over 400 offensive yards. Sean Lewis, 3 touchdowns, no INTs. Jesse Wagner was doing a good job taking care of the football in this game, but didn't get a whole lot of pass yards compared to our first couple of weeks. And we are still running the ball with really poor efficiency, and they did not. Nelson runs for 4.4 per carry. We allow Edwards to go for 2 touchdowns and 112 through the air. Our top guy had 68. And we are 1-2 to open this season. You got 3 sacks in this game, but did not have much of an impact on the end results. We got QB1 check-in through 3 weeks, and I think that the rest of the team has got to step up around Wagner because he's played, well, I can't say well, but he's played at a decent level, and I don't think he is the reason that we have lost 2 of these 3 games. Upgrade point for Myles Garrett. Let's go run stopper for him. That's going to be his main role on this defensive line. And how about Jonathan Dotson, who is going to become a free agent most likely after this year is done because we can't really restructure any more contracts. We have less than $4 million in cap room going into this next offseason, and he is on the last year of his contract. So is Quincy Basnight. He's the 4th ranked free safety in the NFL, and he's going to be heading elsewhere outside of Los Angeles after this year is all said and done. I think I'm going to go hybrid on this upgrade. Well, that is how you bounce back right there. We just absolutely demolished Buffalo at Highmark Stadium. We just dropped over 470 yards of offense and 45 points. Jesse Wagner, 346 through the air, 4 touchdowns, no INTs. Josh Allen, 210 with 1 pick. Both guys sacked once. We finally got a pretty decent running day for Antonio Blackshear. His first game over 3.9 per carry on the season, 92 yards plus a touchdown. Trey Bone also scores once. David Jett had a big game against us, but Deontay McCoon had his best game of the season to this point with 123 on 10 grabs, and so did Jason Holcomb. 2 touchdowns, 112, 8 receptions. McCollum hauls in 2 more touchdowns as well. He's had a great season to this point. On defense, we got a sack for Quincy Basnight, who again is also going to be a free agent after this year is all said and done. And we got a pick from Jonathan Dotson. The guys that are on their last year of their deals are making some plays here these last couple of games. An offensive player of the week goes to Jesse Wagner for that 4 touchdown performance. In response to QB1 check-in, we're going to get some XP for the entire team, 2,500. Now we got a breakout receiver chance. Coach, last week was awesome. Keep throwing it my way. Says Jason Holcomb. He can go up to his next decade if we get 3 touchdowns or 150 yards in total. That is going to be very difficult for a tight end not named Travis Kelce. So don't count on that to happen. We also somehow have a breakout quarterback chance for Jesse Wagner, which means that he needs like 4 touchdowns and a lot of yards to get a big XP boost. And we got a plan for some tough conditions going into this game in Seattle. They are 4-0 to start the season. The offensive plan is going to be Run the ball. Get Antonio Blackshear involved. I trust the passing game. It's all about getting this ground game going. And speaking of Antonio Blackshear, let's go power back on this upgrade point. Just get some more power behind those legs. +2 trucking is very nice. Now we get an extra ability slot for him as well. And for this one, you can change balance beam to something else that'll help him out more. Let's do reach for it. Get some extra yards on those tackles. And how about Jason Holcomb so far this year? We know that he's a star dev player. He's averaging over 60 yards a game. He's got 3 touchdowns through 4 weeks. He's got to be probably the most targeted tight end, I think, through the first handful of games here. And for him, we're going to go vertical threats. Make him a better passing target down the field. And we got one more for Myles Garrett. Going to go run stopper once again. He's up to a 74 overall. And +2 block shedding is very nice for him. Now he's got 78 block shed, with that -1 morale for some reason. This right here is going to be a huge game against the undefeated Seahawks. They're coming off a 1-point win against Damon Craig's Denver Broncos, but they come in with the number 3 defense in terms of points allowed per game, and they are the best pass defense through the first 4 weeks, allowing less than 165 per game through the air. We have the best passing attack, over 300 yards per game through the air with Jesse Wagner. The top passing offense against the top passing defense. Who can come out on top here in Seattle, Washington? In the Pacific Northwest rain, Week 5 is officially underway. We're trying to go to above 500 for the first time this season. Seattle's trying to stay undefeated. Return brought out across the 25, and out comes C.J. Stroud, our first time facing him in a Seahawks uniform. They're going to start from their 26, and they're going to hand it off. Across the 30-yard line, that's Lewis, Eric Lewis, who is right now one of the best running backs in the league through these first 4 weeks. This offense is the number 2 rushing attack in the NFL. So they lost Kenneth Walker like 2 years ago, and really, things have not really changed that much on the ground for the Seahawks, as that one's caught in traffic despite Ruiz being right there. Delayed handoff, and that's Carl Graham taking Lewis down for a loss of 4. Going 4 wide on second down. Quick throw. Picked off by Richards. He cuts off the route. They were trying to go for former Rams receiver Trumaine Donald. And Darius Richards picks up his first pick of the season. What a play to open this game on the defensive side of the ball. And we have great starting field position starting from the Seahawks 43-yard line. Wagner over the middle. He's got Deontay McCoon for a gain of 19 yards and a first down. This year, Wagner has over 1,200 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, and 3 INTs, all 3 of which came in the first 2 weeks of the season. And he's trying to put together an MVP caliber season. He has not won that award yet, but he has won Best Quarterback. Not last year, but the year prior to that. And we'll see if we can get this ground game going with our X-Factor running back, Antonio Blackshear, coming off his best performance back in Week 4 against Buffalo. Put up 45 points in that game, hoping for a similar performance here. Blackshear, gain of 4, and he's shaken up. Wow. I hope he can come back and is not out for the game. 3rd and 4. Wagner under pressure and sacked by Julius Allen. The last time we saw this team, they sacked us like 6 times. So, got to be wary on the outside because they've got Allen and Blackwell, both of whom were on that sack. The Stroud pick leads to 3 points for the Rams, and we have striked first. Pass complete. That's Jordan Schultz again. Now a handoff. This is not Lewis. It is Chancellor for a gain of 6. Stroud back to throw. He's got time. It's stumped off. Gain of 3. Another quick throw, and there's a flag. That might be pass interference against Frank Drummond. And that is going to be the call. Seahawks just shy of midfield. Stroud dumps it underneath. Gain of 5 to Matthias Macklin, the former Tennessee Titan. And now they're in Rams territory for the first time in the ballgame. Under 5 to play here in this first quarter. Stroud has protection. Schultz wide open on the outside. First down, Seattle. Gonna keep it with Stroud. How do we not sack him right there? Gain of 1. From the 35. Pressure off the edge, but Stroud has the pass rush picked up. And Macklin is inches short of a first down. His third grab already here in the game. Down below, the Niners, who are 3-1, have an early lead over the 3-1 LA Chargers at SoFi Stadium. Hoping for a loss there for them, obviously. We got to win this game. This game is going to be huge in terms of how the rest of our year unfolds in this division. Stroud going for the end zone. Broke it up by Dotson. Play fake on 2nd and 10. Stroud dumps it off to Schultz. 3rd and 7 coming up. We can hold the Seahawks to a field goal here. Stroud throws it away. We are tied at 3 points apiece, and now it's time for our first full-length drive of the game. With 1:56 on the clock. We go play fake on the first play. It's stumped off underneath for Joaquin Estes for only 2 yards. Back to throw, another short one, incomplete for Holcomb. Knocked away by Landry. You need the 41 for a first down. Wagner escapes pressure and just throws it away with more pressure coming. 3 and out. Stroud goes empty on the opening play of the next Seahawks drive. Right back to his tight end. 5 to go on 2nd down. Stroud throws it away with pressure coming. Still have not gotten a sack on him yet in this first quarter, but 3rd and 5. A big chance to force a 3 and out and give our offense the ball back. We bring 5, and Schultz makes a diving grab to keep the drive going for Seattle. And that play is going to end this first quarter. 3-3, Seahawks in plus territory. Stacking the box on 1st and 10. Raheem Finch off the edge. No gain for Lewis. Back to the air for Stroud. He lofts it over the top. How is that caught by Macklin? I can't believe that. I think Forbes just kind of lost track of the ball there. 1st and 10, Seattle. Ruiz the tackle after a 3-yard gain for Eric Lewis. From the 10-yard line, Stroud has a clean pocket. It's broken up in the end zone by Ruiz. Schultz the target. A big 3rd down right here. The Rams bring pressure. It's caught in the back of the end zone. Between 2 defenders. What a strike from Stroud. And Damian Stovall hangs on. The Seahawks are in the end zone first. There's a replay of that one. We brought Levy with the pressure, but Forbes gets beat in coverage, and Vance does not get there in time. A tight window throw, and Seattle leads. Would love to see the Rams offense actually move the ball on this possession. Wagner completes it to Jackson for his first grab. And the pistol on second down. It's a keeper. Jesse Wagner's got some space on the outside. And he hangs on for a first down. A gain of 10. Now it's a handoff for Blackshear, and he's got nowhere to go. Strong side run for Trey Bone. He gains 1 single yard. This run game is just... it just looks lifeless right now. 3rd and 8. Wagner down the field. He finds McCoon, who slowed down, and Claxton was not paying attention. To replay of that one, it's a perfect throw by Wagner, and McCoon just kind of slows down and make the grab, and Claxton just kind of got his head turned around just like Forbes did on that previous Seahawks drive. Jesse Wagner now in the zone for the first time. Will that help us out and put the ball in the end zone? We're just inside their 30. Good protection. It's dumped off for Blackshear. Down below, a Trevor Lawrence touchdown puts the Niners on top by 14 points, as Blackshear still just can't find any running room. Does every play that we have on this playbook just suck on the ground? That's what it feels like. 3rd and 2. We're going to hand it off, and Blackshear spins his way to a first down inside the 15. Empty look from the 14. Underneath, Blackshear gain of 4. We're going to keep on throwing it. Sidearm throw out to Trey Bone for a gain of 1. How many 3 or less yard throws have we had already in this game? It's got to be a lot. Need 5 or more for a first down. Wagner over the middle, incomplete for David Jackson, and the Seahawks defense once again holds us to a field goal attempt. We're showing pressure on 1st and 10 to open this drive. We bring 5. Stroud picked off by Forbes, trying to go for Stovall, and we get it right back. That's 2 first-half picks, 1 for Richards, 1 for Emmanuel Forbes. And we take over at the Seattle 33. This is exactly why I brought Forbes back. He just knows how to get INTs, man. He's just an absolute ball hawk. 3 to play in the first half. Blackshear tackles from behind. And we still can't really get any big play up the middle or on the outside. Gonna have to rely on this passing game to pick things up, because right now the offensive line is not giving Blackshear a real chance. That one's broken up in traffic for McCoon. You can't just rely on field goal attempts, man. 8 yards to go. Wagner steps up, and we're a yard short of a first down. And on 4th and 1, Seattle's going to call timeout. And we're going to settle for another field goal. We're still going to be losing. 10-9. Seahawks still in front. They do have the best pass defense after all, so this kind of makes sense, but just hoping for the offense to find some kind of a rhythm, because if we're not going to, get first downs through the air, then you got to get it on the ground. That's the only other way to get a first down. So the offense just has to play better in the second half. The defense has given ourselves a shot. They have kept us in this game so far. No complaints there. That was a weird play. Big play right here. 3rd and 6 for Seattle. Stroud facing pressure. Badly just got frozen. And it is caught. What is Richards doing? What the hell was that coverage? That's the first catch for Tremaine Donalds. But what the hell was that play, both in terms of the pass rush and the pass coverage? That was horrific. A 57-yard reception will put Seattle in the red zone. And up the seam, Schultz has a first down. That's his 8th grab of the first half. First and goal, Seattle. I can't believe this, man. I was trying to stay calm for the first half, but after that, I'm just sick to my stomach. Nice tackle for loss there on first and goal. And now from the 5. Stroud for the end zone, wide open. It's number 2 for Damian Stovall. What a horrible way to go into halftime. Oh man, we just got in field goal range with 4 seconds to go in the first half. Did not expect that at all. Okun is having quite a first half here. The field goal from Douglas is good, but that is 4 field goal attempts, no touchdowns, and we're going to go into halftime down by 5. We will have the ball to start the second half, but man, this offense is having some difficulties both on the ground and through the air against this number 3 scoring defense here in Seattle, and the rain is not helping. A lot of pass breakups and drops in coverage so far. The Niners right now and SoFi lead the Chargers 21-7. Trevor Lawrence having himself quite a day. Haynes not so much, only 51 passing yards there in the first half. Clifford 2 grabs for 7 yards plus a touchdown. Got the Giants on the road against the Falcons, who are 4-0. Both teams are 4-0. And Tony Connor is leading the Giants to a 5-0 record. The Falcons are on track to get blown out there at home. And you got the Cardinals, who are 0-5 on the road at MetLife facing the Jets. And they lose 35-21 thanks to 4 touchdowns from Mitchell, the Jets quarterback. Field goals will not cut it here in the second half. We have a chance to take our lead back here on this opening drive, so let's go and do it. We start just inside our 30-yard line. Blackshear in the backfield with Jerry Barnett. Wagner is going to look his way, and we get 1 yard. Trips top of the screen. Wagner evades pressure, heaves it down the field. It's incomplete for McCoon. He could have caught that. No sign of McCullum in this game. He has no targets and no receptions. Blackshear has enough for a first down on the screen. We have also not seen much of Jason Holcomb here in this game either, so a lot of guys just kind of disappearing in this game. David Jackson's got 1 reception, and as we talk about him, there's Holcomb for a big first down. We're just outside field goal range. Play action right into a sack, and we're back at midfield. That one could be a drive killer. We're going to go back through the air, and we're going backwards again. What? He was running the opposite way. Long way to go on third down. Pressure off the edge. Fumble. Recovered by Seattle. McCoy had a chance. And now my game's crashed. What is going on today? Let's resume the game, shall we? First down, Seattle after the fumble. Stroud out of reach, trying to go for Donald. From the Rams, 44. Pressure off the edge from Quincy Bass-Knight. Incomplete. Trying to link up with Jordan Schultz. A huge third down for this defense. Can they get a stop outside of field goal range? Stroud outside. Up to the 40. And they should punt this. Never mind. They're going for it on 4th and 6. And they've got it! Stovall in traffic. We have not made those kinds of grabs, but Seattle has. I guess they're used to playing here in the rain, and we are not, but that has been a big difference. We have dropped so many passes in this game. These receivers for Seattle just aren't doing that. We finally got Stroud down in the backfield for a loss of 2. Another keeper. Stroud is gonna get enough for a first down. Unreal. We have simply not shown up to play here in this game. Now the defense is getting cooked. Donald inside the 10. First and goal, Seahawks. They've scored touchdowns on both red zone trips to this point. Stroud throws it away with pressure in his face. Still no sacks. They're going to try it again. We bring 4. It's dumped off, and we just dropped a third pick. You got to make that catch there, Raheem Finch. Oh, man. That could have been a pick 6, too. Instead, it's 3rd and goal. Seattle. We bring 5 this time, but it's picked up, and it's a touchdown for Schultz. Momentum heavily pointing Seattle's way here on the road. It's not looking good for the Rams, and we lose 3 on the first play. I mean, when are we going to be able to run the ball in a showcase game? I really don't know. Is it really the playbook affecting us that much? That's what it feels like. Wagner throws a strike to David Jackson across the 45. Will this give us a spark? From the pistol, we hand it off. Blackshear sheds 1 tackler and 1 more. Might be his best run. Where is McCollum, though, man? Another pass breakup. Come on. We have done a horrible job at making these grabs in traffic. It's got to be the rain or something, man. This is bad. 3rd and 5. Wagner launches down the field. He's got Jackson. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Our first of the game. That is a big score right there. It's back to 1 score. The defense has to get a stop now. But Jackson, I guess, just zips by his coverage assignments. And that is what happened. He just zooms up the field, and Wagner throws a perfect ball. Both teams even right now in terms of total yardage, but Seattle has the edge in points, and that's what matters right now. Eric Lewis just had his best run all day long. They gotta force a stop here on this drive, man. You cannot allow any more points by Seattle before we score again. Might be a lot to ask. And down below, I did not realize that Denver, or Damon Craig's Broncos, are 0-4 after a really good 2032 campaign. They are off to a horrible start this season. We've got a big 3rd and 6 right here. You have got to force a punt. You cannot allow field goal range or anything across midfield. And it's broken up, Daniel Levy. Great job in coverage that time. That was an absolutely horrible punt by Seattle. We take over at the 36-yard line. Can we match our last drive and take our lead back? Our last lead was 3-0, and how many plays have we gone backwards on, man? It's got to be at least 5 or 6. And half of those have come on the ground. This is killing me. Wagner at the sideline, incomplete. That was McCollum's first target. Another 3rd and long, at least our 4th of the game, and Wagner is going backwards again. Seattle starts the 4th quarter with the ball from the 48-yard line, and there's room to run for Eric Lewis. I mean, we played so well against this ground game there in the first half. Then all of a sudden, we're just allowing big gains on the ground and through the air. This hurts to watch. Stroud completes it down the field to Stovall. Now we're stacking the line. They fake it. Stovall, no gain. They have been perfect in the red zone so far. That's a great tackle by Vaz Knight. No gain for Lewis. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns. We gotta hold these guys to a field goal here because then it's still a 1-score game if you go for 2 after a touchdown. And they're just gonna hand it off. Lewis gains 6. That was a very conservative 3rd down play call from the Seahawks. 8 to go in the 4th quarter. Blackshear breaks a tackle and gets on the outside across the 40-yard line. That right there is his best run that we've seen, I think, maybe all season long in a showcase game. Will that get the offense back on track? We got to score a touchdown and go for 2 to tie the game up. Anything less is not going to cut it. Holcomb for 3. Back to the air on 2nd down, and it's intercepted! No, dude, he threw it right to Milstead. Oh my God. Just when you think you might have something going your way, we make a costly mistake once again. That's 2 second-half turnovers on drives that were gonna be across midfield. That is just killer. Just over 6.5 to play. Seattle gets it back. It's a keeper for Macklin, and they're going to get 4 yards out of that somehow. The offense just looks nowhere near how they looked just in our last showcase game. This is a completely different game than that Dallas performance, and this defense is also not playing well either. Despite those 2 picks, they've allowed 27 points. That's not going to cut it, man. We're seeing both sides of the ball play a lot worse week by week than the last 2 seasons. And it's really bothersome. And this game is nearly over as well. If they hit a field goal, we're going to lose the game. Stroud runs for a 1st down. He's not going to fumble, I guess. They've already trained over 2.5 minutes off the clock. Loss of 1 for Lewis. The Rams' pass rush has just been non-existent all day long. I mean, we have no sacks on Stroud. We've tackled him once behind the line, and we have not really gotten too much pressure in this second half. In the first half, we had a couple of plays where we almost got to him. And now, please tell me it's a false start. No, it's encroachment. 1st down, Seattle. Nothing is going right for the Rams. Only way to win now is to force another turnover here before they get on the board again. Lewis somehow gets 6. Another 3rd and 4 coming up. From the 10-yard line, Richards in the zone. Stroud back to throw. Out of reach for his receiver, but it's going to be a 2-score game. We are out of time to win this one. Oh, we just got another huge gain. It's Steven Jackson. He's going to go all the way. Another huge touchdown for the Rams. That one for 78 yards. If we can hold Seattle to a 3-and-out, we might have a chance here. We have all 3 timeouts still. Plus the 2-minute warning. What a play. He once again beats Milstead in coverage. We're going to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. Blackshear is in the end zone just barely. Where was this in the first half, man? Are you serious? Is it too little too late for the Rams? You cannot allow a single 1st down. They're going to hand it off. That's going to be a loss of 4. All right, that's a good start to this drive. Can we just keep it up for 2 more plays? Lewis, across the 30. Why do we spin these guys around for extra yardage, man? I hate that animation. It's so bad. 3rd and 4. Lewis, 1st down. Amazing. Game's over. Seattle hangs on to win by 3. They will stay undefeated. We are back below 500. 2-3. They're 5-0. The one time all game that we needed to get a stop on the ground, and you allow 2 straight 10-yard plus gains on the ground when you had to get a stop. That is just absolutely soul-crushing. And of course, the offense comes to life when you were already down by 2+ scores and you are just out of time. Like, that is just amazing. Where was that at all in the first half? I don't know. Field goals cost us this game. We could not finish drives. The defense could not get stops in that second half. And it was just a recipe for disaster. 18 tackles from Carlos Ruiz. Where was anybody else, man? Like, we got no sacks on Stroud. That was the big reason why we lost. We just could not get second half pressure. Man, like, this team is just too inconsistent week after week. I'm not going to blame the rain here. That was just on the team, man. Like, both sides of the ball could not make enough plays to get this win. The rain had no effect. And now we're going to have -3 run, block, power, and finesse for our next game. Literally why? And shocker, guess who failed to break out? Our tight end, Jason Holcomb. No shock to me. This has become a very frustrating season. The offense right now still number 2 in offensive points per game, but the defense is just not good right now. They simply aren't good. The offense was not good there in the first half. If they were, then we could have won this game easily. And the ground game is still absolutely horrible. We've got to change this playbook until we can find one where we can run the ball and pass the ball with consistency. But so far, we haven't found it. And this Atlanta playbook is not cutting it on the ground. And we're not going to win games until we can figure out how to run the ball effectively. Am I going to have to go back to that Niners playbook? I really don't want to rely on one playbook just to get the ground game going. I just don't feel good about that. But the game is going to force my hand here because, like, what other playbook have we used in the entire series that has had a good, run-pass split? It's only been that one. So I guess we're going to go back to it. And with these upcoming free agents, man, things are just looking dire for the Rams. This is still a do-or-die season. We're going to lose so many players to the open market, including all of our good offensive linemen. We're going to keep our tackles, who are by far the worst offensive linemen on this team. We're going to lose the entire interior. We're going to lose Greg Teal. We're going to lose Zach McCoy. We're going to lose Dalton Carter. This is going to turn into a rebuild once again very quickly here soon. And so what does that mean for the future at quarterback? We have one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league. But if we're going to be a losing team that's going to have a lack of cap room, and you have a quarterback that is going to be making a $22 million more next year than this year, a $75 million cap hit up to over 81 by 2037, you can't afford to have a guy like this on the roster if you're going to be a bad team. You have to rebuild. You have to go towards the draft and draft a quarterback to go younger. And we're paying a lot of money on this defense, and they're not showing up to play through these first 5 weeks. Until somebody does, it's downhill from here. We're going to end the episode right here, folks. Hopefully, things can turn around by year's end, but so far, we look as bad as we did to close last season. That's what it feels like, at least. We're 2-3. We got to face the Chiefs next episode. We got to face the Seahawks again right after that. And the Broncos, who are still winless on the season. But until we start to win a couple games in a row, I can't feel anything but bad about this team. So that's where we are through 5 weeks, through 5 games. I will see you guys in the next one. Please take care like the episode, subscribe if you have not done so already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.